memory serves me, things are a little troublesome. I think this might be the point to where things get a little depressing. We might go downhill, but let's see how things progress. So, we wake up with a good morning, Keiichi. What's the matter? What time did you go to bed last night? I woke in a bad mood this morning. It seems that my mom can tell right away. I had a nightmare last night. One bad dream after another all night. I woke up after every dream, but I can't remember what it was all about. I had a bad feeling that those dreams are a sign that bad things are gonna happen. Oh, come on. I've been having happy and peaceful days up until yesterday. Nothing's going to change, but I couldn't just get rid of my anxieties. Why? Bad dreams are a reflection of anxiety. They mirror the anxiety in my heart that my mind doesn't want to admit. I remember the conversation that I had with Shion, Mion, and Rena about the ominous story of Satoshi Hojo. That's it. Since I had that conversation, my heart's been covered by black clouds. I knew that if I keep spending my days peacefully, it'd continue to be peaceful in return. And if I don't know why, second thought, I don't even know why I did do that yesterday. But come to think about it, as calmly as possible, it's impossible that my small and appropriate comments will change the world. Yeah, I don't have to feel guilty as long as I'm sorry about it, like I am now, and just never talk about it again. How much can my behavior yesterday change fate? It can't be much, can it? Yeah, nothing's gonna change. Nothing is gonna change at all. I am confident. Your smile looks creepy. Go wash your face, sleepyhead. I forced myself to smile in order to cheer myself up, but my mom snaps at me and I got grumpy again. I don't have much time till I have to leave home to meet up with Rena. So I get ready to go to school in a hurry. Have a nice day. Watch out for cars on the road. I don't think there are many cars in Hinamizawa to watch out for. I run outside. The morning air makes me feel more refreshed than washing my face did. You're right, Maibara. You're sorry about the whole thing, and that's that. I got to pull myself together and just go to school. I'm gonna have another happy, fun day. I'll just laugh with my friends, like always. I'll be kind to Satoko as a sign of an apology. That's right. I'll be her needy until Satoshi comes back. Good morning, Keiichi-kun. Rena told me creepy things yesterday, but she's cheerful like she always is this morning. If I'm allowed to forget about this whole thing, I can still make it as if the other day never happened. So I reply more cheerfully than ever. Good morning, Rena. You're early, like always. Morning, good morning, good morning. I can't remember where I heard that from. Homeroom starts in minutes, but Satoko and Rika aren't here. I wonder if they went somewhere. I don't see their baths on their desks. Guess they're not here yet. Strange. Quite unusual for them to be late. Rena seems to be enjoying guessing what kind of excuses they're gonna make for being late. Mion's guessing the crazy reasons they might be late. I was hoping that this uneasy feeling would go away if I just saw the two smile like always. There's now a knot in my stomach. Very uncomfortable. Good morning, everyone. Class rep, get us started. All rise! The teacher comes in. At the time, I heard loud footsteps in the hallway. The door opens. Rika bursts into the classroom, and Satoko follows next. Well, actually, I don't see Satoko. You're late, Furude. Where's Hojo? It's rare that Rika is late for school, but it's rare that Satoko, who is always full of energy, to fail attending school. Everyone is surprised. Satoko might come round late. She's sick? The teacher walks closer to Rika to have a conversation in a whisper. Rika comes in late and Satoko misses school. Man, that's a rare event. That's right. But I wonder what's wrong with Satoko. She must have caught a cold. She misses school when I want to see her cheerful smile the most. This uneasy feeling I've been having since last night is starting to get uncomfortable. My stomach's tight now. Hey-chan, you worry too much. Girls at her age often get sick because of body conditions. Oh, how nice of you to laugh it off, you old geezer. Me-chan, you don't talk about it in front of bullies. Mion laughs leeringly. Usually I laugh with her, but I just don't feel like it. After homeroom is over, I talk to Rika before the first class starts. Rika, I'm sorry I got you yelled at for being late. I'll pat your head, my poor girl. I know I'm feeling down this morning, so I tried to talk on a happy note. So I patted her head like she always does, but it's not working. What's wrong with Satoko? She's sick? She had a fever because she ran too much yesterday. If she said something like that, I would be ready to understand. But she didn't say anything. She seems to be down. Strange for her to be like this. It just makes me worried more. Hey! It's a girl's thing we can't talk about it with boys, so just go back to your seat. Mion drags me to my seat. Rika looks at me in her desk and hangs her head down sadly. Rika said something odd about Satoko earlier. She lives with Satoko. Why did she use a vague phrase like, she might come round late? The unclear reason of her absence makes me concerned even more. I hate this. Seems like today isn't going to be very fun. What's wrong, Kichi-kun? You look down. Brandon notices something unusual about me and talks to me when the teacher wasn't looking. Do I look that down? Yeah, you look so down you even make me feel down. Oops, I guess it's contagious. I was about to say don't look at me as a joke, but I just didn't feel it. Can you tell me about it? I don't know if I could be any help, and I could be a good listener. I won't tease you, I promise. She just gave that look straight to me. Until yesterday, nothing weird had happened, and I had fun every day. Rena doesn't seem to understand what I'm talking about, but she just listens to me in silence. Every day has been peaceful and fun. I didn't have any anxiety about having days like that. Yeah, I understand. Every day has been fun, and tomorrow will be the same. Are you sure about that? What? She looked confused, a loss for words. I don't blame her. I'm even confused about what I'm trying to say. Come to think about it, I've been worried about it because every day has been so fun. I'm worried that one day, just like a bulb, it burns out all of a sudden. It'll be over and everything will get dark. Yes, I think I understand how you feel. She nods softly. We've been taught that happy days won't last forever, so we're afraid of the flip side of happiness. Kind of sad thing to do. But because we're afraid, we learn to try to make every day a happy day. You're right. That's why not necessarily a bad thing to worry about the end of the happy days. For example, let's say all of us are going to die tomorrow when a volcano erupts. Sounds dangerous! How would you feel if you survived a disaster alone? How would I feel? I try to picture myself alone in a ruined Hinabizawa. Rubble everywhere, my friends' dead bodies lying on the ground. It's a scary sight. Would I be sad because my friends died? Or would I be sad because I didn't die with them? I don't know, but I'd definitely cry for sure. It'll break my heart. I'll definitely cry first. And he probably thinks something like, if this was fate, I should have enjoyed every day without a regret. I don't want to believe that's such a disaster as fate. But I probably think something like that. If happy days are destined to end, no one knows when they will. Then the best you can do is enjoy every day as much as you can so that you won't regret it if it ends tomorrow. You're right. It's difficult to realize that. Many people take happiness for granted. They believe another day will come tomorrow just like it did today. That's why they don't do what they can do today and reserve it for tomorrow. They could also do a kind deed to somebody today, but they reserve it for tomorrow. She always fools around a lot, but she's very serious this time around. She takes my concerns seriously. A very encouraging thing. But you realize it, Keiji-kun, and it's a very wonderful thing. I think you should treasure the anxiety you're feeling. Treasure the anxiety? Yes, we may die tomorrow, so you should try to be kind to everybody today as much as you can. Don't regret it, even if the end came. Did you put that into practice? Do you try to be kind to everybody so that you won't regret it if they all die tomorrow? I do. She nods like nothing difficult, regardless of the elusive topic. Or effusent, I guess. I know that happy days will end one day. I know there's no promise that tomorrow will be a happy day just because today was. That's why I live every day as much as I can. She seemed to understand my anxiety, even though I can hardly describe it with words. She seemed to understand it, and show me a way out that I was looking for. Oh. My poor Ooishi. You didn't need to tear yourself up over this. Last night, I think I had a dream of Satoko. I don't remember what dream it was, but I've been worried since the morning. And you thought you'd feel better if you saw Satoko smile, am I right? She got that right. Excuse me. If I could see everybody smile this morning, I would be able to blow away the cobwebs in the chest. Then what you can do is be kind to her when she comes. Or you can fool around with her like you always do. What's important is that you enjoy your time with her. Okay. I should enjoy every day so as not to regret it when that comes. I don't know if Rena made me feel better or if it made me feel more anxious after all, but she did make me want to say comforting words to Satoko when she does come. We put our desks close together and got ready to eat lunch. Satoko has still not arrived. We have 5 lunch boxes on the desk, because Rika brought Satoko's lunch. Was she supposed to come by lunchtime? She seemed obviously different. She seems distant. She can't hear us no matter how much we talk to her. Never seen her down like this before. That's why we all started to feel down as well. Rena, I understood what you told me earlier very well. Let's see if I can enjoy my time with everybody as much as I can, so as to not regret it when that world does come to an end. I decided to do that. But I bet you fuck it up, Keiichi. As soon as I adjust myself to comfortably relax more. Something tells me there's some buzzing. I don't have all my friends here to do that. It's not fair. Too sudden. I can't believe that the happy days are over. No volcano erupting, no earthquake, and no fire. I can just still hear the cry of cicadas, just like yesterday. The sun shining as always. Nothing changed. But why? Ranch chopsticks suddenly appear in front of my nose and takes a piece of fried chicken from lunchbox. I'm taking it because no one else is, and it tastes great. She puts a whole piece into her mouth and chews on it happily. Oh, how could you? I can't believe Uncle Mion let her take the first pick. That's just great. Uncle Mion's getting the little hamburger.
That's my only side dish.
Rika gets her smile back on her face and pokes her chopsticks into another lunchbox. While I'm astonished at how quickly the mood changed, Rena winked.
Come on, Chikichu. Let's enjoy so as not regretting when the volcano erupts tomorrow. You kidding me?
I'm not having rice and a pickle for my lunch. I'm getting meatballs. I force myself to smile. As if deceiving myself, I pretend to be enjoying myself. But it starts to get natural, and I'm not pretending anymore. Hold on, I need to get extended and out. There, shit. Satoko isn't here, but before I knew it, lunchtime is back to normal. We play, we laugh, we fool around. Thanks. It's the best way. The best thing to do so that we can welcome Satoko with our best smiles. The more I laugh, the more I feel I can clear the cobwebs I've been having since this morning. You know the old saying, mustard is a good sauce, but mirth is better? I know that one. If it's true, Uncle Mion will keep laughing 24/7.
I think it's true. If you smile every day, you can enjoy yourself every day. Rena says good things.
Do you want to try? We all held our breaths and draped all over each other. And we laughed ourselves silly. We laughed from the bottom of the stomach. Laughed out loud as if we spilt out something bitter that we've kept in the bottom of our stomachs. By the time our lunchboxes are empty, it seems that everything is back to normal. For now. While we were chatting, told me that Uncle Mora came to talk to me.
Excuses, Maibara. Sorry to bother you, but we need your help.
They smile wryly and scratch their heads. What's the matter? Want to know how to erase the black blocks that hide in the private parts of women's bodies in magazines? You know, it's totally not true putting butter on it works. It's the same with sand erasers.
Really? They don't work?
Tomita nudges Okamura with his elbow as a sign that's not the reason.
We came to ask you if you can help us get a ball that's stuck in the gutter on the second floor. We thought you might be able to reach it because you're tall.
Oh, I bet you have something to give me in return for helping you out. I'm expensive, you know. You don't think you can ask me a favor without paying? Tomita and Okamura discussed for a while and came up with a payment.
We'll give you the right to sleep during class. Would it work for you?
You kidding me? I can sleep whenever I want. I don't need your permission.
Not necessarily, because we're going to tell the teacher whenever you sleep during class from now on.
Ah, you guys are good. Where did you learn how to negotiate? Oh.
I'm sorry, we were just kidding.
What are you going to do, Kei-chan? I think you should take up on their offer. Mion just irritated me. But then I had an idea, and take their hands. Well, you win. I'll get the ball, so you give me the right to sleep during class.
Yeah.
Look, Mion, I got the right, but you don't. Tomita, Okamura, tell the teacher when Mion falls asleep during class from now on. Got it?
Yes, sir!
Rika and Rena were laughing, saying, "You're the winner, Keiichi." The ball was perfectly stuck in the gutter of the second floor. Can somebody pass me the bar? I'll reach with it. There! I poked the ball with the bar, and it stuck hard.
You got it, Maibara, you got it! Thank you!
The ball rolls down the gutter and falls down behind the school building. They run over to get it, and I'm left alone. So, my job done? Well, still lunch break. I'll go back to the classroom. Enjoy chatting with my friends and wait for the next class to start. but as I'm about to go back to the classroom, someone talks to me. Hello there. Sorry to bother you during your lunch break. Oh boy, Ooishi. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Keiichi doesn't know him, but I sure do. We dealt with this prick twice. He's grinning and the bottom of my heart is shivering. No reason, but the heart shivers. I don't know what it is and I'm confused for a while, but I'm sure about one thing. School is supposed to have only teachers and students. They shouldn't belong here. It's not a chill, but it's more like a sensation you feel when some colorful poisonous caterpillar crawls on your forehead. Hair of the caterpillar rubs against your forehead, and you feel itchy and creeped out. Kind of a pulse sensation. I definitely don't feel like seeing his face. Just want to jump over him and run away. I have no idea why I feel this way, but fuck it. But I ask myself, why do I hate this person? I just met him for the first time. Well, you might be Keiichi in this time, but we've dealt with this fucker twice. Rude to hate people for that reason, but I have. He looks at me and seems to realize he might be intimidating me, so he just forces himself to smile. Oh, I apologize. You don't have to be scared. I'm Ooishi. I'm with the Okinomiya Police. Let me get my badge. Yep. Hold on. Crap. Where did I put it? Checks all of the pockets in his jacket before, finally, his badge, and shows it to me with a wry smile. He had to goofy on purpose to ease up the tension. It's not working. I've dealt with cops. I'm still tense. Why? There's gotta be some reason. I don't need some new man who wasn't in my life until yesterday because I'm wishing for a day just like yesterday. Having a man who wasn't in my life yesterday means that he's the start of a series of new days. It's gotta mean the happy days I have until yesterday seem to be over. I guess I'm trying to expel such unpleasant ideas from my head. Calm down. You shouldn't believe that the happy days are over just because of a nasty old policeman just here doing his job. Well, if he's here doing his job, why is he here talking to me instead of going to the teacher's office? The reason why he's talking to me, he probably knows where the teacher's office is. Are you looking for the teacher's office? I give you directions. I don't want to be facing him even for a second. I assume that's what he wants from me. He doesn't seem interested. Nope. I don't need to go to the teacher's office. I'd rather you help me get your friend out here. Could you do that for me? Friend? Which one? It's a girl. Hojo Satoko. Can you, get her? Keiichi Mayabaro.exe has stopped working. Would you like to send an error report? I was right. There is a creepy, hairy caterpillar waiting for a chance to get in my ear, touching the rim of my ear. It's how I feel right about now. What does the comp want from her? It's nothing serious. I want to ask her a few things. I appreciate your cooperation. Why does it have to be Satoko? How come a cop comes to ask questions in the middle of an afternoon if it's nothing serious? This man is weird. Awfully fishy. I can just smell something fishy about him. So fishy, it makes my nose wrinkle when I sniff. It just can't be that he came down to give Satoko her wallet back because it was found. Must be. I have no idea what he wants. I just know it's something bad. My throat was dry. It hurts as if my throat is cracked like a dried up ground. I squeezed words out from my hurting throat. You might want to talk to her, but I don't think Satoko does. Please go. She doesn't seem to expect to hear that. He looks astonished. I'm astonished. I just can't believe I said that. I can still stop this. I'll stop this from happening if I send him back right now. I'll just sweep it clean. I'll still get it back. I'll get back the piece I had.
A little harsh. Your secretary? Do I need to make an appointment?
Well, if you want to talk to her, why don't you call her? It's not normal to come all the way to the school. I tell them flatly. I just don't like him. He's not supposed to be here. I have to sweep this whole thing under the carpet. The childish emotion oozes out from my heart, and it just comes straight from my mouth in the form of words. My choice not to like a person, but to tell the person straightforward? Crazy. And I know that.
Well, you're right about that.
I'm not good at dealing with people like you. He grins and scratches his sweaty neck, pretending to be a goofy guy, but I can tell he's starting to get irritated. Maibara, why do you have to fight with an old cop in the middle of the schoolyard? Not like he brought unhappiness in his bag. He didn't bring unhappiness like some FedEx guy bringing a package and asking for the signature. Speaking of which,
Where the hell is it?
I know that in my head, but why? After a while, Ooishi gives in to my silence and leaves a big sigh. Then he talks to someone of my classmates who just came running closer.
Can I ask you something? Can you get Satoko?
The girls smile at him and about to tell him something, but I notice the tension between him and me, and they are confused whether or not I should tell him.
Is she here today?
She's absent today.
Absent?
He had a smile on his face, but there's an obvious irritation. The girls who told him the truth are petrified about the rude attitude.
I see. Oh well, I have no luck today.
He laughs loud, but it doesn't make me feel pleasant. He notices that nobody's laughing with him and stops.
So, girls, can you tell me what his name is?
He grabs her shoulders so they can't run away and kneel down to look into her eyes to ask the question. They're rooted to the spot with fear by the scary look. And they just tell him my name in exchange for freedom.
I see. Keiichi Maibara, huh?
He says my name, and there's a chill. I feel as if these words just grabbed me by the collar.
Are you the son of the Maibara? The artist Maibara? Heard your father is very famous. The big Higurashi exhibition in Tokyo displays his paintings twice a year. But I haven't had a chance to see any of his paintings yet, and your mother seems to be a very intelligible woman too. I heard she has a high educational background. I heard she graduated from a famous women's university. Women her age have a university education, a rare thing. I bet your mother is from a very rich family. That's just a rumor everybody's talking about, and that's why there's also a rumor your mother's a cold person, you know that? Probably attends the first town meeting and that's it. That's not good, you know? You have to get along well with your neighbors when you live in a village like this.
A cold chill is now down my spine. Never felt this before. I don't know if that is so creepy to know that a person who we just met knows everything about you. Ooishi grasps my shoulders hard and gets closer to my face to look straight into the eyes. Spare you don't make any enemies when you live in a village like this. Or else.
Shit! Shoulders are very hard.
Or you might get disadvantages one day. What comes around goes around, you know. The resentment you cause without knowing, it might come back at you when you least expect it. You wouldn't like that, would you? No one wants to cause resentment. It's better to have no enemies, isn't it? Something the matter? Stiff shoulders. I should give you a massage. Doesn't it feel good?
Fuck, it's hurting!
He's not just pressing hard. He seems to know the pressure points just to make me feel some pain. Just massaging my shoulders with his 4, maybe 5 fingers. But it hurts a lot and I can't stop myself from arching. A few female classmates see us, but they don't seem to know what to do.
and it doesn't look like they're going to help. They don't know whether they should go get a teacher or just sit there and stay and stare. I can't even wait for a teacher to come. I just want out of here. It hurts. I think that's enough. He's clearly in pain. Oh, wait. There's someone behind Ooishi. It's the doctor. Eri. Oh, Eri. Long time no see. Sorry. He looks displeased to have Eri creep interrupting him and laughing in a creep way. But he still keeps his strong pressure on my shoulders. Huh. Long time no see. Now how about you let go of my Ibarra, please? Ooishi glares at Eri while laughing, but he still wouldn't let me go. I was gonna visit you later, but you're always busy and barely give me enough time to talk. Yeah, if you want to talk to me, I'm all yours, but you need to get a warrant to do so. I can refuse to take a police checkup. I don't have to go to the police station for questioning. He looked totally different from the goofy guy he was at the baseball game and the barbecue party. He's glaring at Ooishi and he's fighting to free me from him. Of course, fortune wasn't on his side, as Ooishi looked as comfortable as he can be. Eri looks like he's about to go under some great mental pressure. I don't blame him. Eri has a thin and small figure. Ooishi seems pretty big, and with his muscles gripping me and about to... Yeah! He's just about to take me down with his shoulders. He don't stand a chance. But Eri isn't backing down, and he's fighting for me. He's breaking out in a nervous sweat and looks pale, but he is fighting. He suddenly starts laughing and lets go. My whole body is weak and I drop my tense. Mayabara, you okay? It hurts. I rub my shoulders where Ooishi was grabbing me. I felt the pain. You alright, Mayabara? God's sake. Ow, fuck! I just gave him a shoulder massage. Mayabara, you're overreacting. Boys have to be more patient, you know. I want to snap back at him, but I can't come up with anything. Can you bring your shoulders up? Did he hurt? If it really hurts, you should have them looked at. We'll go to the nurse's office. Eri lets me lean on his shoulder. You're overreacting. Do you think I'd do anything to leave a mark, huh? I'm a cop in active service, you know. I don't know what you came here for, but you have nothing to do here, so go. I'm gonna have this reported to the chief of police. Not gonna be good for me. Ooishi waved his hands and turns around to head back to the car parked at the gate. Without looking back, he gets into his car and starts the engine. Who the hell was that fuck? Ooishi Corrado. He's a cop. A rowdy fellow. Everybody in his village hates him. You should be careful with him. Detective Corrado Ooishi. My hunch was right. He does bring that unhappiness and disaster. Something that disturbs the peace. I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not gonna accept that the happy days are over just because that fucker appeared. I just can't accept it. Eri seems to know the school well. He took me to the nurse's office without getting lost. Female classmates worry about me and followed us to the nurse's office. Teacher and the principal noticed the fuss and come to the nurse's office to check what was going on. Mayabara, what happened? Are you hurt? Mayabara was with a strange old man and... Eri spoke softly and interrupts the girls. No, he just twisted his ankle. It's fine, but I brought him in here just in case. Can I use the nurse's office? Yeah. Eri, thank you so much for taking care. The principal bows deeply. It looks as if they know each other. We find no school nurse in this office. Of course. I never seen any teachers other than GA and the principal. Eri doesn't seem to mind that there are no school nurse in the nurse's office and steps into the room. He told me to have a seat and just washes his hands. I see. Oop, I'm off. He's the manager of a boys' baseball team, after all. He's used to taking care of small injuries. Can I take a look at your shoulders? Do they still hurt? Well, that's not hurting anymore. I think they're fine. I roll on my shirt to take a look. No bruise, let alone a print of nails. It hurt so much earlier that I thought he was crushing my shoulders, but I just don't feel pain anymore. It hurts are bad back there, but not even a bruise. That's how good that bastard is. How appropriate. Don't challenge him next time you see him. He'll gain nothing by making him mad other than have a bunch of uniformed cops chasing to your house later on. I don't think your parents will like that. You got that right. Anyway, what happened back there? Why did you end up fighting with him? He told me I had to talk to Satoko. What? Satoko? He looks down and frowns. The way he reacted looks as if he's saying, I knew he would come to Satoko sooner or later. I don't like it one bit. He falls silent, thinking of something. He puts heating pads on my shoulders. I wonder what he's going to do to stop bugging her. He's really persistent, quite like a snake. He murmurs as if talking to himself. Wait, he's been bugging her? The guy's visited Satoko? Oh shit! He doesn't answer, but he can't deny it either. What kind of business does a cop have with Satoko? What does he have to do with a girl who smiles so endearly? You, I see. You just moved here. Yeah, I did. Have you heard about Satoko and the Curse of Ooishi? I've heard a bit about it. Yeah, remember how fucking Rena just fucking blew the fuck up? Are you talking about her parents were in favor of the dam project and died because of this curse? He smiles wryly and looks down. I heard her parents died in an accident at the observation deck of a park they visited during their family trip. Satoko and her brother were left alone. She lives with Rika now. After her parents passed away, she and her brothers were going to live with her uncle. Oh, an uncle, huh? I knew her parents passed away. She ran away from home and Satoko was left alone and she lives with Rika. But I didn't know she once lived with her relatives. She lived with an uncle who was her father's little brother. But unfortunately he and his wife weren't very nice people. Weren't worthy of respect. He was a person who chose his words carefully. I wonder how bad they were to make him describe him as people not worthy of respect. Because Satoko's parents were in favor of the dam project, her uncle and aunt were dragged into the mess and felt ashamed for it. So they didn't welcome Satoko and her brother with all the arms. I heard that Satoko and her brother had a very hard time living with them. Iria tells me many stories about how Satoko and her brother bore their cross at her uncle's house. Once her uncle was their guardian, he took all the family's fortune. Satoko and Satoshi were put in a small room and forced to live feeling cramped physically and mentally. Her uncle and her wife were always fighting. They took it out on Satoko and Satoshi every time they saw them. They were always lashed out at. They were yelled at. They were hit. They didn't even give food as punishment. It makes me shiver when I think about it. Imagine her looking pale, just staring into the air all day. I bet you can't. You only know Satoko cheerfully. I can't even imagine, and I don't want to imagine it. But Satoko is different now. She might have had miserable days, but not this bad. And not now. Something that changed her life. On a night at the festival last year, that aunt died. Beaten to death with a bat by a psycho on drugs. Rumored that the betrayers of the village would die by the curse of the night of the Watanagashi festival. So people talked about her death, not only a normal murder, but the curse of Ooishi. Days later, a guy arrested for drug use confessed to murder and the case was solved. But nobody knows whether it was the curse of Ooishi or not. Her uncle is also from Hinamizawa. He got very scared of the curse and disappeared. I heard a rumor he's living with his lover somewhere in Okinomiya. And Satoko and her brother were free from him, right? Well, their aunt died and uncle ran away. They were supposed to be free from anyone who would bully them, but then the guys started to show up. Eri looked around to check if no one was around. I'm talking about the detective Ooishi. Oh, that guy. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that fucker. The memory of the incident earlier comes back to haunt me. I feel the creepy sensation again. Crazy. The case regarding the curse of Ooishi are all solved, but he is the only one that doesn't believe it. The fucker doesn't believe it? The police say they solved the cases, but the cop who belongs to them doesn't believe it? People say bad things happen to whoever he gets close to. In Hinamizawa, we call him Ooishi-sama's Kei-chan! What the fuck? Mion just comes through the door brusquely and runs inside. Ren and Rika follow her before Tomita and Okamura. Kei-chan, were you beaten up by Ooishi? Are you hurt? Calm down, Mion. He's not hurt. The heat pads are for just in case. Kichi, are you really okay? Are you? I heard he choked you. Calm down. Just grabbed my shoulders and pinched. I don't even have a bruise. Yikes. What were you doing? Aren't you his friends? Were you just looking at him beating up? Why didn't you help him? I'm sorry. Mion gets angry, showing her fangs, yelling at the classmates. Tomita and the others hang their heads. Stop it, they weren't there. Don't blame them. Fucking hell! Bastard Ooishi! Mion frowns and kicks the floor. Teacher hears the commotion and comes to check it out. Keep it quiet in the nurse's office. Class rep, take everybody to the classroom. Come on, everyone, let's go. Geichiken is fine. Mi-chan, you too. She spoke out to everyone and takes them from the nurse's office on behalf of Mion. She's in quite an emotional state. Kurado Ooishi, the Okinomiya police officer. First impression of the guy was right. Vague anxiety I've been feeling since yesterday increased with the absence. It became certain by the appearance of Ooishi. Well, I'm gonna go now. I came here to talk to Chie. Oh, you were here for her. Thanks so much for taking care of me. I'm sorry I took your time. Don't be sorry. I should say thank you. I enjoyed your smooth skin in return. I knew he'd say something crazy. Well, I'm gonna go now. Your shoulders are fine. Just don't rub them. If you start having a fever on your or your shoulders start to swell, call me right away. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Manager, you were talking about something before my friends burst in. Something about Ooishi's Ooishi or something. Oh. Ooishi-sama's servant. Just an evil rumor, of course. His servant? Do you know about the series of suspicious deaths in Hinamizawa village that occurs on the night of the Watanagashi every year? You know, the curse of Ooishi. Suspicious deaths. I remember something like that from Mion or a classmate. Somehow somebody dies on the day of the festival. One will be demoned away. Yeah, that's pretty much the same bullshit we had to deal with twice now. I thought they made it up just to scare me. To much my surprise, it turns out to be real, as in the previous two instances. I have no idea who started to call him that, but before everybody knew, people started to call him the servant of Ooishi. How come? Because people say that guy chooses the next victim. He always starts visiting Hinamizawa often right before June. He persistently visits most of the people who died and disappeared.
We know the victim of this dismemberment murder 4 years ago was seeing Ooishi many times before he was murdered. Satoko's parents died 3 years ago. Right before they died, he visited their house several times. Rika's mother disappeared 2 years ago. Right before she went missing, Ooishi contacted her many times. Satoko's brother, he disappeared a year ago. Ooishi contacted Satoshi many times before he went missing. And this year, Ooishi contacts Satoko. I don't believe it. It's just a rumor, Mayabara. People's rumors. It's not the rumor about Ooishi contacting the next victim of the curse and being called Ooishi-sama's servant I don't want to believe. What I don't want to believe is the intense aversion I feel towards him proved right. But Satoko didn't come to school today. Really? He seemed to not have known about it. I thought he might have known the reason for her absence, but... Well, I better go now. You should go back to your classroom and let your friends know you're okay. Alright, I'll do that. He opens the door and leaves the nurse's office to walk to the teacher's office. The research note. Memo at Ooishi's desk. Let's read them. About the Hojo family. There have been 2 victims of Ooishi-sama's curse. It had been going on for 4 years, and the number of victims is now 8. It is remarkable that half of them have the Hojo family name. In the 2nd year, the leader of the pro-dam group, Mr. Hojo, died. His wife went missing. She was announced dead the next year due to the low expectancy of survival. In the 4th year, the stepmother of the Hojo children died, and the son disappeared. The Hojo family was poor. Mr. Hojo's job was not successful. There had been a plan to move to the hometown of the mother's family in search of a new job, so the money they received from supporting the dam project and relocations might have been a great opportunity for Mr. Hojo. He willingly respected a negotiation with the Ministry of Construction at an early stage and was selected as the organizer. It was rumored he received bribe money from the Ministry of Construction in the process, but the truth is unknown. There were only a few people of the pro-dam group. When the Sonosaki family consolidated the anti-dam group, most of the pro-dam converted to the anti-dam, but not Hojo. At this point, the whole of Hinamizawa was united as the anti-dam. The Hojo family was targeted as a personification of the dam construction project. Kubi said he was used as a scapegoat by the Union. After all, this dam broke apart when the first curse of Ooishi-sama, the mutilation murder, occurred. But the retaliation against the people who support the dam project is still continuing. Today there are hardly any people left who either supported or had a bad reputation at the time. The people yet to be cursed are the husband of the woman who was bludgeoned to death, Hojo Teipei, and Mr. Hojo's daughter, Hojo Satoko. There are coincidentally 2 candidates. Are they going to be this year's victims? It's worth watching these people. So basically, the Hojo family is just, boom, your father supported the project, he was a greedy bastard, so you're gonna suffer on his behalf, even though he's dead. So, what about you, Ooishi? To Ooishi. Hang on, for realism. Yeah, a little bit of realism. To Ooishi. I got a call from Shigeharu, the section manager of the Homicide Division. It appears that the Yoji River murder case is related to S after all. I'm still confirming, but it seems the victim transferred money belonging to S to a number of fake bank accounts until they hit the maximum amount. The sum total seems well over 100 million yen. It seems that there are a few XS people involved. They are already vanished within a couple of millions. The victim was tortured for questioning and brutally killed as enlisted others. That's how it seems. Guy who vanished are chased by experts. S is reminding the Yakuza groups they have connections with not to cover for those rats. It's still uncertain that Hojo Tepe is one of them. As far as Sugihara knows, he is not informed. Looks like he wasn't trusted, though he was this girl's boyfriend. Hojo Tepe seems to have left his apartment in Okinomiya and has returned to the house in Hinamizawa. I guess that ends there. Well, that was a short episode. Well, I'm gonna save this and maybe work on the next chapter.